Ready or not. Ready or not. Here I come. Can't hide. Gonna find you and then yo. I play my enemies like a game of chess where I rest. No stress, no success.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Welcome to the Sistas Spill, our premiere. My name is Audrey, and also known as Smart Nurse 38. We welcome you all, and this is my sister.
Hey, it's Liz K, known as Pretty Teachers Rock.
All right. So we just want everybody to come on in because tonight we are talking about loyalty. Is it real or just conditional? So we want you guys to throw your comments. You can put your comments, whether you're in YouTube or Facebook. We will see them and we will respond. I will be reading some of your comments as we go. Oh, that's a good one. Toxic loyalty. We are going to talk about that. That's the big one that we were talking about earlier. Yes, we're going to talk about that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you want to go get started,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good.
All right.
All right, let's get it. So talk about what loyalty means. I think I'll just talk about for me. So when I was thinking about it today, it's like having a mutual respect for what's right, what's wrong, supporting someone purposes, their intentions, while also feeling free to speak up if something isn't right. Being loyal to the responsibility we all have in becoming the best version of ourselves. And also loyalty is about displaying healthy behaviors that deserve loyalty in return, and important to avoid having unrealistic expectations. I think that's a big.
Yes. And I love the way when I was looking this up today, it was saying strong feelings of support and alignment. So strong feelings of support and devotion. That's what loyalty is about. And devotion.
Oh yeah, and devotion.
I know. Sometimes we think that he was saying like we're exploring the relationships, the friendships, the family, the work. Like loyalty can touch every aspect of your life. Like loyalty needs to serve in every aspect of your life.
Right.
And I like how you put on. You said loyalty. Is loyalty always a virtue, or can it be misplaced?
Or can it be what?
Misplaced.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh yeah, I see. Oh yeah, absolutely. Somebody said a deep sacred bond.
Yes.
Deep sacred bond. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and I love it. So when you think about virtue, right? So virtue is a standard. Okay. So it's a standard. It's valued. So you have value. Like me when I was out in the military, those are one of the core values in the military. You have your respect, your integrity, your loyalty. Those are core values that in the military that you have to basically know. Basically, that they expect that of you in your character to have loyalty.
Right.
That means loyalty to God, loyalty to your country, and loyalty to your fellow buddy, your fellow soldier.
Right.
I know I can't see.
No,
Oh,
you can't.
yeah,
You got your
got my little redesign. That's what happened when you get over 40. Um,
good, I might say.
but let's step in. Let's talk a little bit about each category. Let's
Okay.
start with
Well, we
let's start with family, because God started off. Hey, He made the family first. Family was first.
mm-hmm.
So I love it. He said should. Um. All right. So should loyalty in family, should it be automatic or should it be earned?
Ooh, that's a good one. What do some of our listeners think? Should loyalty in the family be automatic or should it be? Now, this is just me. I'm just saying. So I think this has a lot to do with how you were raised. I think that plays a big
Absolutely.
part in it. I think because for me, this is something that I know. You're my family. We supposed to be together. But for
Mhm.
some reason, we have people that don't follow that code, in which we know, I'm so sorry, I'm really belching here. And we know they don't follow this code, that don't um follow this code. But I think it comes from I think rejection plays a part. But I think like I'm not going to in a family, you're my sister. Hey, I got you. But that's
Right.
how we was raised. But then I also know people that were raised that were sisters and they fought. Excuse me, they fought. The families didn't, the parents didn't say anything about it. They became adults and they fought.
Yeah. And a
So
lot of that
family
comes from
should be
the way they were raised.
automatic.
Yeah. Right.
Huh?
A lot of it comes from where their parents was raised a certain way. Or their
Mm-hmm,
parents was in
mm-hmm.
a broken home. So they had siblings that may have the same mother, different fathers, or same father, different mothers. And then you just, if you're not taught that, you're not that it's automatic. Basically, it should
Mm-hmm.
be automatic. It
Right.
really should be automatic. Especially when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to that should be a given. That's something that we should instill in our children automatically. Automatically. This your brother, this your
Yeah.
sister, this
Joanne.
your cousin.
Yeah. Yep.
Like this,
You're right.
you start teaching
Joanne,
them.
yes, it should be automatic. Sometimes you are put
It
in a
should.
situation where it has to be
It
earned.
had to
Mm-hmm.
be earned. And that's true because it's based on your positioning. Totally based on your positioning. Totally based
You
on
see
your
that?
position.
It should be, but some of these families ain't loyal to the soil. Period.
They ain't loyal to the soil. They ain't loyal to the
Oh,
soil.
automatic loyalty. Absolutely.
Automatic, yeah. But like it was said, sometimes people will break that loyalty and then you have to rebuild that trust and you have to rebuild that loyalty because and the thing about it is loyalty is a characteristic. It's something in your character. So I can still be loyal and still say, hey, I have to see who you are. I see who you are and I'm gonna deal with you accordingly. You know? So I can still be loyal. I know you may have broke the loyalty with me, but I'm not gonna go talk about you behind your back because at the end of the day, who I am is what counts. Because I'm still loyal no matter what.
They
Just
say you
because
going.
you're not loyal. Oh,
Yep, you going in
I'm not sure where I'm going in now. I'm not sure.
and out. Okay, go ahead and try.
Is it good now?
Are we okay now? Are you two? Are we okay?
Am I going staying in? Am I staying in?
I think you may be staying in now.
Okay. I don't know why this happened on here like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um. Go ahead. What you saying?
Yeah, so like I was saying, sometimes that loyalty is broken. So you have to
Mhm,
rebuild it. But
mhm,
loyalty, just because you are disloyal doesn't mean I have to change my loyalty. Now I may have to change how I use it, but
mhm,
not necessarily I'll still stay loyal. I just know how to deal with you now on a different
mhm.
level. but I'm
Right.
not going to go ahead and talk about you because you broke the trust with me. I'm just gonna know how I had to deal with you sometimes at a distance because I'm not gonna let somebody just come and say anything. See, sometimes people they mistake because someone was disloyal to where they gotta go. "Oh, we gotta talk about this, and I gotta tell this, and oh yeah, no, you still gotta do what's right and wrong. You still have to know right from wrong. So even if you wasn't loyal to me, but somebody come to me about something negative about you, my loyalty is gonna say, hey, let's no. If you can't say that to that person, don't come tell it to me. Like we're not doing that, you know?
Right, right. Yeah, because I think that a lot of times
That's
people,
right, set boundaries. I like that. Said set boundaries.
yes, set boundaries. You have to set boundaries, and it's unfortunate that we don't learn boundaries until we get older. And I'm gonna just be honest. A lot of us didn't learn boundaries until we got older, and
Mhm.
so I think why it's important for us to teach boundaries to our grandchildren, to our children, because we didn't learn boundaries until we got older. Because what happened, a lot of boundaries was crossed all the time,
Mhm.
and nobody never said anything. We always taught you have to have your personal space. When we was brought up, it was always you better share. You always
Mhm.
got to do this. But we had to learn you have to have a boundary. Maybe the reality of it is I don't want to do this at the moment.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah,
Mhm.
loyalty, I think family is supposed to be automatic, but however, when people dealing with rejection, and a lot of times I hate to say it, but majority from what I see in my experience, a lot of the baby boomer generation dealt with a lot of that, which were our set of parents that brought us here. You
Mhm.
know, so boundaries. Hey, Nat. Yes.
They are important. You have to and setting standards and setting boundaries. But that's what was we? Oh, when we get to that, when we get to that blind
Mhm.
loyalty. But yeah, so even in the family, so we move on to the workplace because we'll touch relationships next.
Yeah, we'll
But
touch relationship.
but in the workplace, and but you
Mhm.
know, this is how loyalty is something that, like we were talking about, automatic and earned. Now, some jobs you gonna automatically have to come in the door being loyal because you might not have a job. Okay, so that
Right.
it's crazy how positions will make you get into that zone of loyalty because this is the position that you have and you have to stay loyal. Just like secret service agents,
Hmm.
even us as teachers, you as nurse, you got to be loyal to the patient. You got to be loyal to the care. It's like if you're taking this position, you have to automatically jump into loyalty because as
Oh
soon as
yeah.
you get loyal, you out of there.
Well, how about we talking about that in the workplace? And I know I've experienced a lot in the workplace for me being a leader in the workplace, and a lot of things that I have endured as a leader in the workplace, I wouldn't even do to other people
Hmm.
because I'm gonna be honest of my loyalty to woman. Hear that?
Hmm. Not sure what that's coming from.
Can you hear me? Okay.
I can,
So I think that for me, I wouldn't do certain things to people. I just never
right.
was that type. So when it get done to me, I think to myself, like, who is your loyalty to? And even we can even talk about loyalty, we'll talk about race, how we'll be
Mhm.
in the workplace and you'll have another black woman or black person, just individual, they will give you a hard time.
More than the ones that's outside your race.
Or
I've
the
experienced
one
that.
I've experienced that. I've
I've experienced
experienced
that.
that there's been more loyalty to the person of another color other than my own, from my own person of color to another person. And I could never understand that because I was like, oh, okay. So,
And don't
however,
right.
don't get me wrong, color really
No.
shouldn't have anything to do with it. But
I
in some
understand your struggle.
right, I understand your struggle. Right, I understand your struggle because me, I'm fair to everyone. But however, it seems like from my experience that we give each other a hard time. And a lot of time it's us that give each other a hard time. So
And
I
you know, and just to turn the corner a little bit on that, but that comes from slavery. See, a lot of that comes from generational, the way that we were dealt with in slavery. It was
mhm.
to get each other, get the blacks to be against each other. That's where you had your what they said, the Uncle Uncle Tom, where
Yeah,
you had the house
so that-
Negro and you had the ones in the field. See, all that can
that's
see
the
it was like the
disclaimer.
purpose.
This is our experience. That's the disclaimer. This is from our experiences, our life
Right.
experience.
And I'm an educator, so don't get it twisted. We know what we gonna talk and we're gonna be real and we're gonna be 100. Check your
Mhm,
history. But that's how it really, if you think how that mentality, put it that way, the mentality
mhm.
stem from. So now that we're generations down the line, and we still and many people still have that mentality because that was like years ago, but they wanted where you go tell on the black person because they did. I mean, it was too much. It was too much, and it just trickled down to generations. You know.
Mhm.
Um, that's right. Like you said, call a spade a spade. We're gonna call it a spade. It is what it is. Like we
Yeah,
gotta
it is
realize
what it is.
when we realize where it stemmed from, now we know how we have to go and fix it within ourselves or within our families, or within our homes, you know, in our
Right.
community. So it's stem. It's sad that it's like that, but it's like once you're aware that this is going on, but some people are not self-aware enough. They're not enough self-aware to know that it's not. This can't. Wait. This what's going on? No, I can't be this because I understand your struggle. I understand when people would look at you because you're educated and they think like, oh, she really know that, or she don't. You
Mhm.
know, like, oh, I didn't know that you had this, and I didn't know that you had that. You know, already putting a label on you before you get to know who I am, and we deal with that. So us in the workplace, we should have each other's back like never before because you understand the struggle. You understand what it's like for people to look at you and see the color of your skin and not see who you are as a person because they're stuck in that old ways back, back in the old time, you know?
Mhm. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we move to where? We're gonna move to relationships now.
Oh yeah, we can talk about relationship.
Loyalty and
Ooh.
relationship.
Should the loyalty in relationships be unconditional?
The loyalty and
Should
relationships.
they be unconditional? What's your
You
thought?
know, well, I, I think to really think about this one because you know how you just want to be in the right place at the right time. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Um,
I think, yeah, go ahead. I feel like what I've experienced is that when you dealing with loyalty in a relationship, a lot
mhm,
of that, because I'm gonna be loyal regardless, no matter
right.
what. However, there's gonna be a boundary. I'm gonna
Mhm.
set a boundary because exactly it stops with us. Yep, you right. You right.
Mhm.
I'm gonna set a boundary because what I found out is that in relationships, romantic relationship, people do what you allow them. So I'm
True.
going to continue to remain to myself, but I have to put a boundary up. And my loyalty to you to help you get to the next place is for me to set a boundary because I feel like you can abuse my loyalty to you. And I feel
Absolutely.
like that's what happens a lot of times that loyalty gets abused. But then what is loyalty? How will we define loyalty in a relationship? Any thoughts from our viewers? How would you view loyalty in a romantic relationship? So our Facebook and Instagram, like give us some suggestions of what you think that loyalty in a romantic relationship would look like and what it would consist of.
Mm.
I'm listening, Liz.
Oh, I thought you was looking at the viewers.
Oh no, I
She
am.
said we would break the cycle. No, LOL. Now, one thing, and I say as an advocate, like, I'm trying to get where I was reading so I can give it to you. Like I had
Nene
it.
said strong commitment and support. Nene said strong commitment and support.
Yeah, absolutely.
Emotionally available. She says emotionally available.
Mm-hmm. Emotionally available. Wait, it's one, huh?
Emotionally available. Yes, we are the cycle breaker sisters.
Yes. Oh, that's why I'm like, I know it's something I was looking for. That's what I was looking
Okay, what was it that you was reading? Because
for.
I think
So,
we're gonna even come back to this subject again, right?
yeah, yes, we have to come back to this subject. And I had
Okay,
it
go ahead
highlighted.
and finish what you were saying.
Um,
You over
like
there
you said,
like a teacher. You over there, you acting like a teacher.
like, okay, but the thing about it is, so what came to my mind was we have like say talk about the loyalty and in a relationship. And the thing about it is, like you say, you have to have trust. I love how she said commitment. It's got to be healthy. And when it gets from being unhealthy, like I said before, who we are shouldn't change. Now, our actions to how we have to deal with the person may have to change. Okay, because the Bible tells us, He said, "Love them, love your enemies, and do good to them that mistreat you." So you still got to do good, even when they mistreat you. You know, and see, some people don't understand. And I can say personal experience. Some people say, "Oh, you be too nice, and you too this." First of all, you don't know what I be. Okay, you don't know where God has blessed me because of my heart. Because I choose not to do evil. See, the problem is people want vengeance, and it's not mine. That's not up to me. It's not up to me to take vengeance on someone that hurt me or did me wrong. That ain't my place. That ain't my place. Because the Bible said, "With love and kindness have I drawn thee." So I have to show love. I know how to have boundaries. Now you can't know we ain't gonna be able to do that. We're not gonna be able to do that. But at the end of the day, okay, because if I'm secure in who I am, I can still love you from a distance. I can still do good because He tells you to do good to them. You gotta do good to people even if they don't do good to you. I've had experience to where I know I've been loyal to a friend, and I consider them a friend. They don't know I know they talked about me.
You going in and out.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, I can
You
hear
know,
you.
like I said, I was loyal to a friend, and I felt like they was like family. They don't know I knew they talked about me behind my back. But at the end of the day, I'm like, it's okay. It's okay because it shows sometimes God will show you people for who they are. It don't stop my loyalty. You know, I know you're working against me behind the scenes. But see, that's when you go pray to God, you have to shut their mouth. You gotta shut them on up. Because people will think that they're right when they're wrong. They be thinking they right and they wrong. But at the end of the day, guess what? If they needed me, I'd be like, if God the Lord told me, say, hey, go ahead, do that. I'm gonna do it. You know? But I can love you and my loyalty not gonna change because yours did. Because you're really not loyal. You know, you're really not loyal. And it's okay. I'm like, it's okay. And then people act
I,
like like you really care that they don't talk to you or something. Like you can already feel and discern the spirit when the people's pull back. Well, you know, like oh yeah, you done did something, you done said something. See, you working against me. People don't realize when you in tune, you can feel when someone pull back. When you like, okay, they must be thinking this, or they must be taking this person's side, or they must be believing this. You already know it. But my loyalty not gonna change because you are questionable about yours. You know.
okay, I'm gonna read some of our viewers' comments off Facebook. So I have Chin. She said loyalty is just what it is. The definition explains it. It covers many boundaries, trust, and truth. Unapologetic Nisha said compromise. Lenora House, she says being obedient according to the word of God, and when you identify, enough is enough. Joshua Wing says loyalty in a relationship is a deep commitment to honesty, trust, and faithfulness. It means standing by someone through challenges, maintaining integrity, and prioritizing the well-being of relationships. Loyalty isn't just about physical faithfulness, it includes emotional support, consistency, and choosing the relationship even when things get tough. Angela Williams says honesty is open communication, no unrealistic expectations. Evelyn says in any relationship, the loyalty lays with yourself first, because if you can make yourself happy, if you can make yourself happy, then you can't make nobody else happy. And also Lenora said loyalty is when you give and do all you can and not lose your sense of self. Hey, Sister House. Valinda says, I agree. Don't let anyone change your loyalty. And Chan says, loyalty never stops regardless of the situation. Loyalty remains the same.
Absolutely. I would
I
totally
like all of
agree.
those.
I do too. I think that is
Yes.
totally, and I think people get so misconstrued and think that but that comes with teaching, even having
And so,
faith,
mhm.
and they get
So
misconstrued. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you, sister. I'm sorry. So I had wrote down when we was talking about this loyalty. I had looked, and so I had found two. I took my notes in my notes today. I found two scriptures off of loyalty. Proverbs 3:3. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. So loyalty is all about truth. Bind them about thy neck and write them upon the table of thy heart. That loyalty got to be who you are. It got to be in your heart. It got to be who you are. It got to be in your heart. Because when it's in your heart, it don't matter the situation. It don't matter the circumstances. You're going to follow truth. And then the other one says, Proverbs 19:22, the desire of a man in his kindness and a poor man is better than a liar. So in the New Living Translation, it says, loyalty makes a person attractive. It is better to be poor than dishonest.
Yep. So true. And I'm glad you brought that, because what the two scriptures that I came up with, when I looked, I said, ooh, that's something else. So the first one is the Hebrews 10:24. I think it's 10:24 because I highlighted. So it says, and let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. Like our loyalty should provoke others to do good. So even when you sitting in disloyalty, you seeing my loyalty is gonna be like, wow, dang, like that person, oh my God, like it should provoke you to want to do the right thing, to want to do and be the right type of individual, have that right characteristics. And then I had the Galatians, and one that's familiar for a lot of us. And I came when I came to Galatians, I came because like a lot of people, I love the way we have mature thinkers that hey, you still got to stay loyal. But then you have that person that feel like, well, they ain't been loyal to me, so I don't need to be loyal to them, and this, But then when you go into the word in Galatians 6:1, it said, "Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual restore such a one in the spirit of meekness, considering yourself." So even I walk in loyalty, even if I know that you wasn't loyal to me, I have to still consider that what if it was me? What if it was me? What if it was me? I have to take your burden. You know what I'm saying? And and I love it how it says, if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceive himself. So even when you think, if I say that I'm loyal and I can't display the attributes of loyalty, if I think I'm loyal, I'm really not loyal. I'm really not. I'm just thinking something, but really it's all about your actions and what you prove. But it said, let every man prove his own work. So if I say I'm loyal, the life I live, the how I treat you and how I display is going to prove what I say I really am. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear
I'm
you
sorry.
now.
So I'm glad you said that, because there is people that are believers that are saved, and y'all don't know how to treat people.
Something wrong
You
with
are
that.
not loyal. You are not loyal to truth. You know things that you think about people. You know things not true. You know that you was wrong. You're not loyal to the truth. That means if it's true, you still got to come back. You still got to apologize. You still got to do what's right. I don't care what the situation or the circumstances is. You still to do what's right.
That's
Period.
right. You're right.
The word
And you,
about
you
is
kept,
loyalty about truth. So we should be loyal to the truth
true.
when it comes down to believers and people that are confessing
To
holiness.
be exactly.
You are loyal to the truth. So
That's
that
right.
means, go ahead.
And the thing about it is, you'll have people, they'll believe a lie before the truth. Instead of fact check, or if somebody come, oh, you'll hear one side of the story, but you ain't even taking consideration. Wait a minute, this is your side. They always say this is your side, they side, and the truth. But people go and take, you will know somebody's character. You'll go listen to somebody that you know a liar. No lie and be lying. Know they messy. Know that they keep up confusion. They got a bunch of stuff that always attached to them. They always run into stuff. It's always doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing. And you will sit there and listen to them and uphold them in their wrong instead of go and say, you know what, nah, I hear you talk. But see, sometimes people don't know how to attack the wrong in that whatever that situation is. Attack the wrong. But some people have them itchy ears. They want to sit and listen to stuff and listen to and assume something, and you'll pass what somebody said to you, and you'll be sitting there, people look like you like that's not, and you and that itchy ear, you won't even sit there and think like, wait a minute, is that really how it went down? Let me just ask and see what happened. Let me, because if you're gonna talk about it, at least get the other person's side of it. If you're gonna go and put your opinion on it, but some people don't even have a right nor a reason to put an opinion on anything because they stuff is so messed up. You need to sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around somebody else's.
Okay, so I'm going to read some of these comments. So let's see. Do we have any new comments? So we got Odie Roberson. He said, I got some truth about being loyal to.
What did he say?
I'm about to get some chicken from Audrey Barrett. The truth is that woman can cook. I'm on my way. Chin says they knew Jesus was a good man, but because of the people gossip, he was judged and crucified.
And you know what? We've been And we better be very careful how we put our mouth on God's people. And even if he said, even if you offend my least one, it's better to tie a millstone around your neck than offend his least one. Even if I'm just a little bitty one of God, you better be careful what you entertain and what you take in. Please be
Mhm.
careful what you entertain and what you take in, especially when you say you're standing for the truth and what's right. Okay, let's talk about this when you get the blind loyalty.
Oh yeah, the blind loyalty. This is like unwavering allegiance or support for someone or something without questioning or critically evaluating their actions, decisions, or beliefs.
Mm. And when I looked that one up, I love the way it said. It says when you overlook harmful behaviors and actions, overlook harmful behaviors and actions. So sometimes we can be loyal and then we'll get that blind loyalty because we won't correct people when they're wrong. We overlook it because, oh, that's my brother, oh, that's my sister, oh, that's my best friend, that's my mama, that's my child. No, right is right no matter how you do it. Wrong is wrong no matter who is in. And that's where you get into that blind loyalty where you're not even seeing, you're totally overlooking harmful behaviors and actions. But people are back. But you know what I found out? I found this one out recently. Some people just be jealous. Why they won't stand up for what's right when it comes to you. Now they'll stand up for what's right when it comes to somebody else. But when it comes to
Oh yeah.
you, they got that little green monster called jealousy because see, I don't like the way you move because I move different than you move. Well, I may not see, I
Mhm.
may do something a little different because that's just the way I move. That's just who I am. You want me to stop being who I am because you feel insecure about who you are?
Mhm.
Well,
Mhm.
well, it's happened. I've seen it happen in my life. I've seen people sit there and they don't realize I even know. I I know you's talking about me. I know you trying to work against me or what I got going on, but it's okay.
Mhm.
Imma love you anyway, and you can't stop nothing what God got for me. Period.
Mhm.
As the teenager say, clock that T.
Yeah, because I tell people anytime, like that's one of the key things for me in a relationship, friendship, anything is loyalty. If I got a question, anything as it relates to your loyalty, I'm not gonna talk to you.
Mm-mm.
I'm not talking to you. I got people, I'm gonna tell you, I even see people on this live that I haven't even talked to in that I don't talk to on a regular. But when I say I know that they loyal, I know they loyal. I don't even talk to them on a regular. I know they
Mm.
loyal.
Mhm.
I've shared things with them years ago and I haven't heard it.
Mhm.
And I haven't
And
heard it. So
that's if I can't
yeah.
trust you with something that's very sacred to me, oh, I can that's nothing. That's it's there's no relationship there.
And
There's
then another thing, I think with loyalty, don't be expecting stuff from people that's unrealistic.
that's
You my
right.
sister. Don't tell me you my friend. You telling me some vital information about my sister, and then gonna tell me don't say
Not
nothing.
to tell my
What?
sister. Huh? We ain't doing that.
Don't don't give me some information about my best friend that's my best friend, and then you gonna tell me don't tell her. What?
That's not no, that's not gonna
And it's
happen.
gonna affect her? No, I'm gonna say something. So my thing is, don't tell me nothing that you not willing to stand up and say, "Oh, I said it." Because me, if I say something and I'm gonna tell
Oh,
you
I'm
something about something, I'm a big girl enough to know to say, I don't care if you told them I told you.
exactly. And see, no,
I'm
that's what I teach my students. In the high schools, we teach, let me tell you, it's a lot of he say, she say. And I tell my students that all the time. I said, first of all, when somebody come to you about something about you, about, oh, she said, I said, first of all, wait a minute. You bring, hold on, let me get her. I can tell you that's gonna stop a whole lot of he say, she say. No, you say somebody said what? Hold on, let me get her. She said, what? You'll find out that what was said was probably not what was said, okay? Probably not what was said. She might have got it from 2 other people, okay, and not the
Okay,
person.
and not the person. Right.
And that's
And that
hold on, I got a little backlag on here. But
you
that's how,
got.
like you said, you can't. I'm gonna tell you, you're not coming to me about none of my
Mhm.
friends, none of my sisters, even if we're not close. You're not just gonna come to me about something. And and don't no, I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm gonna tell you right now. You better tell them I'm gonna tell them. You better tell them
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell them.
I'm doing you and you
Mm,
the same way. So you not about to come and say nothing about her, and then we
yep.
ain't finna sit here and do. We not doing
Do
that.
mm-mm. We're
And
not
you
doing
know
because
the difference between having a conversation where you know it's being petty or being malicious when something being said. But then you can have those conversations amongst each other where you know it's not being malicious. It's a concern and it's not malicious. But I'm not doing all that. I've
no.
had a couple of situations where people have tried to say something to me. Somebody came to me, this was some years ago, about um about my best friend Lynn. I looked at her, I said, excuse me. I said, oh, you can't talk to me.
Mm-mm.
I said, I ain't doing it. I let her know in the door. Done. We ain't gonna talk about that.
It's gonna
We
be
not
right.
doing
Yeah.
it. That's a
It's
wrap.
gonna be right.
I think that happened
Mhm.
to me on a couple of occasions. What? No, we ain't having that conversation. We not doing it.
Let me tell you what,
You
I've had someone tell somebody else what they say I did, but they never asked me what I did. They said, "Oh, she did such and such," and I'm looking like, "That ain't really what happened. That's not how it went down." But if they would have asked me, I would have told them what really happened, you know. And I had receipts to prove what happened. But I said, you know what? I said, and it's funny how sometimes it's. Let me tell you what. Anybody that know me, know I'm pretty direct, and I say what's on my mind. And my sister tell me, she said, "I be rude." I try not to be rude. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be a better person. But I'm pretty
mhm.
direct, and I'm gonna tell you what I feel. And I'm gonna say what I said, and I'm gonna say what I not. So that's one thing I love about being at the school. They call me a firecracker a little bit. But they one thing that my principal know, if she said it, she gonna back what she said. If she did it, she gonna say, "Oh yeah, I did that." And it's crazy how people ain't nothing like good receipts. You right about that, my Nene. So, and I had to say, and I'm looking like, but then people don't even want to know the truth. They want to sit on the lie. They want to sit on what they assume or what they heard, and then you heard it from a liar. Then you heard it for someone that only wants you to hear their side and want you to feel what they got going on, so you won't correct them and they wrong. But you never came and asked me. You never asked me what was this or what happened, or you would could ask me. Now, don't now, and mind you, I'm the one that's getting lied on, but you're gonna believe the ones that's lying on me. And that's not
Mhm.
weird. I mean, that's not weird, but in and all that, you have to take that and you have to do everything not to address it because it's like God was like, it don't trust me. I got your back. Because everything is gonna unfold. It's gonna unfold. It's gonna unfold. But I got your back. It's gonna you ain't even gotta say nothing. I'm gonna fight your battle. You ain't gotta worry about it. So I just let it be like, you know what? And no love lost, but I know how to deal with you now.
Okay, so I'm gonna read some of these comments on Facebook. Uh Lenore said, come on now, hold them accountable. Chin says, Amen. That's how you eliminate division and discord between sisters and brothers. And Angela says, or did you tell them? If not, don't tell me. And Chin
Mhm.
say, that's why I make sure I have a witness. And then Latoya says, messy loves more mess. I'm reading the Facebook ones because I can't put them up, but I can put the YouTube ones up on. Nene said, people are comfortable with being brainwashed, and that's it. And so I think this brings to my next to my another thought. I feel like these type of conversations we need to have and people need to hear because we all on this healing journey. We all have been through different things. We have all been through different circumstances and situations in our lives where our loyalty has been tested and where the loyalty of others have been tested, where we have been mistreated. We have been talked about. We have been lied on. You know what I'm saying? We have all been, information have been withheld from us, and all
Yep.
in the sake of loyalty.
Yep.
You know, all in the sake of loyalty. And as we have proven, even according to the word, loyalty is about truth. Loyalty is about doing what's right, even when nobody else want to do what's right. Even when nobody
Integrity.
else wants to do what's right. Integrity. Integrity. Nobody talks about integrity. You got to be integral. But people, they not even integral. And I think what really disturbs me is we're gonna have, we got a topic coming up, and I'm telling you, everyone's gonna have to come back. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, I'm telling you guys are gonna have to come back, because we got some good topics, and we want to see y'all comments about what we got coming up. We got some topics that's coming up in the next few weeks that needs to be talked about, that nobody is talking about. Nobody is saying anything about. And we need to talk about these things, because we want to help bring healing to everybody, not just to ourselves through a healing journey, but also to other people, because these are things that's being talked about, that's not being talked about in the pulpit.
Mm-hmm.
They're not being talked about in the pulpit. So this platform is where we're going to talk about the real things, and how also, and share our stories, and how we navigating through life related to these type of things, you know. So that's just my little spiel, for right now.
Yeah,
So
and one thing that was coming to my head as we were talking about all this, I remember, we thinking like we talk about loyalty and how others should be loyal, how we should be loyal, basically how what loyalty consists of, the attributes of loyalty, and then it sit on me, and I remember my mom told me what my dad told her one time. She said, "I just don't know why people do this and why people do this. Like if it was me, I wouldn't have did it." You know what he told her? He said, "Because they ain't you." When we get that concept that we are people, just not us. Like people are not us. People gonna do what they want to do. And just because I wouldn't do it doesn't mean someone else isn't gonna do it. They just not me. They not us. They just not us. And we can't the expectations, you know what? We do have
mhm,
expectations for our brothers and sisters in Christ, those that's claiming and to be believers. I do have an expectation of you. I expect you to walk in this word the way each and every one of us. And I'm not saying we're perfect. I'm not saying it's the spirit in us that's perfect. But what I'm saying is when you realize and recognize, like the Bible says, once you see the light, walk therein. Okay, so now I see that, oh gosh, that's a flaw I have. There's a character flaw. What can I do to make myself better? How can I be a better friend, more loyal friend, a more loyal
mhm.
employee? Because some of y'all know y'all ratchet at work. Y'all know y'all be ratchet. Y'all know y'all be
Oh
ratchet.
my God!
Y'all
Don't
know
get
y'all be
me
ratchet.
started about work.
Y'all know y'all be wrong. Y'all be ratchet. Y'all know, look, okay, y'all, I'm gonna be transparent. Okay, y'all, be at work at 8 o'clock. It'd be hard not getting at 8 o'clock. It'd be rolling up in there. But and something I said I was gonna make an effort, even though I know I'm in school finishing my doctorate. I know I'm working in the ER sometimes. I know that I'm with the dance team. But even in that, I say, you know what? I want to do my best to do better, even though I give my time freely with no, pay. But it's okay. I say, you know what? I gotta do better with that. We got to be more transparent with ourselves and be true and be honest with where we need, where we fall short and where we lack and how we got to get better.
Hmm.
You
Yep.
know?
And get y'all what to work. I was just having this conversation with somebody, like, you can't be walking around here talking about you a believer, and you clowning at work.
Work.
Why? Why you acting a fool at work? We
Come on.
supposed to be some of the most model employees.
Hmm. And let me tell you,
But
I had an experience. Go ahead. I had an
but to be
experience. Yeah,
honest, how you act up, in church, how you go act up at work.
man. Let me tell you what. People be cutting
Go
up.
ahead. What you
But
gonna
I
say?
had an experience even on my one of my jobs. I had an experience where I was new. Um, And I just felt like this person just kept, and it really was like it made really right now. It really was. It was every little thing they kept nitpicking. I'm like, why they keep bothering me? And I did. I had to go and give them a few words, okay, a few words, and it just was not good. And you know what? God had to speak to me. I started my doctorate program. This is my third year. Thank you, God. I'm almost finished in a couple of months. But I started this doctorate program, and as I began to learn about leadership, emotional intelligence, the more this just understanding your feelings and understand how to cope and deal with what you're feeling, how to express yourself. I, the Lord just kind of like was like, you know what? You about to go into this new school year. Be the bigger person. And when I say be the bigger person, I was like, but God, I know she's picking at me. I had evidence. I had emails saved. I said, let me tell you what they're not gonna do. We're not gonna do this. I'm a big person on documentation. I feel like if it ain't been documented, it ain't never happened. All right. So I said, but God was like, you go in with a different attitude. You go in with a different perspective. Okay. Because you have to work with this person. And how does it look? You can't work with this person because you feel like this person did this or that. And I said, okay, Lord, I said, I'm coming in with a hope. And when I say I came in, it was something God had to work within me. You say you my child, and you got to display Christ. You can't be popping off on people in the hallway because even though they were wrong, I was just as wrong as she was for popping off on them, you know. But God told me, and when I say I started that new year, I think it's going on 2 years. I started that new year over 2 years ago. I started a new year, and it was such a liberating experience to know that you know what, and God worked that thing out. He worked that thing out where my principal and others can. They was like, I can see like it's a difference. I said, yeah. I said, you know what? I just felt like I needed to be the bigger person. And they said, well, it's being noticed, you know. And now she will go find things that I didn't even. She will make sure I'm good with stuff that I didn't even maybe know or have the knowledge about, you know. And it's how God turned that whole situation around to where now I'm like, oh, I like her. Oh, I can deal with her. Okay, look at that. I got a little love for her too. But it just showed that God, sometimes He got to position us. Sometimes we got to put ourselves in the right position. Even if somebody else is not right or what they did maybe was wrong. But what are you doing? What did you do to make the situation better? How could you have stopped the situation? You know, so loyalty falls all up in that. Like I can't be loyal to God if I can't be loyal in every aspect in my life. I gotta be loyal on my job. I gotta be loyal with my children. I gotta be loyal with my friends. I gotta be loyal in my relationship. You know, it's I have to do that no matter what they do to me. I still got to stand strong on my faith and believe that God has put this in me for a reason. That's why I'm so blessed. That's why God blesses me so much because my heart, I don't have no ill. I don't hold grudges. I'm not gonna hold stuff. I forgive you, keep moving. That doesn't mean I don't hurt, but that just means I can't hold on to it because it's not beneficial. I can't hold it. It's not beneficial to me. It's
Nope,
not
not at
beneficial.
all. Okay, so I'm gonna read some comments.
Mhm.
Um, Lenore say that's right because God is holding us to our actions and words. Chin say if not then, what would make you different from the world? That's the thing, you know, us being different. I remember, and I know we got about maybe 6.5 minutes for this segment, and we got a few little um key points we wanted to say at the end. But I remember me because I'm a leader at an institution here. I oversee a few clinics in the city of Chicago. And so a situation happened a couple of years ago where I was having an issue with one of my employees. And the Lord, and I was so frustrated about the situation. And one day I was just sitting at the table and I was frustrated about the situation. And some time, and the Spirit of God spoke to me and said, you did that on purpose because I had did something with I had did something. It was minute to me. And the Lord said, you did that on purpose. You was being spiteful. And I sat there. I was like, I was. I really was. They knew I was, but I said that I wasn't. But I really was. And when God said that to me, I was just like, I was being petty. I was being petty. And when the Lord showed me that, I whatever that was in my heart, I let that stuff go. I let it go. And the Lord just allowed that relationship to bloom and
Mm.
bloom and bloom. And now that particular person, I'm like, hey, that's they right here. I need them. I have to depend on them. I need them to help me in my job. You know what I'm saying? I need them. They're important to me, you know. And but what God was showing me was you the second one. You can't be doing that. You gonna bring somebody while you doing that. You can't do that.
Mm. But you know how good God is. He know how to
How you
correct
do
us.
that? You know?
Mhm.
And God speaks to us. So he can you hear me? And I just sat there. I said, you Audrey, you can't do that. How you over here talking about you overseeing people and you doing stuff like that? God wouldn't let me do it. And now I had to let that mess go. Like, how am I talking about you a believer and you doing that? No. Mm.
Yep.
Accountability.
And you know, and
Nope.
it's such a blessing.
Conviction. You right.
It's
Conviction.
it's such a blessing that God allows you to recognize your wrong. You can fix it. Like he's so just, he's so faithful that he'll have us see ourselves, get it right.
Yep.
He'll be able to be an example and give a testimony that hey, we're human. Like, let me tell you what, this ain't no easy journey some days. It's not always easy. You have to swallow your pride, choke it up, hurt, and still show people love when you know they hurt you. It's not always easy. It's
Mm-hmm.
not always
Mm-hmm.
easy, but it's
Yep.
worth it. Let me tell you what, because the blessings are worth it. The peace of
Yep.
God is so worth it. Like it's so worth it. And people say, like, you
Mm-hmm.
always smiling. You always, I mean, I don't have no choice but to smile. I can't sit in nothing that because this is happening in my life, or this may hurt me, or this person hurt me, or this didn't go the way I wanted to go. Like, I can't sit around and mope and self-pity that who's doing that? Like, that ain't me. I'm too cute for
Mm-hmm.
that. I'm just saying.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
So I just want to say, well, we thank you guys, everybody, for coming. A few things. We know that loyalty could be empowering or self-destructive depending on the situation. Healthy loyalty requires trust and boundaries, while blind loyalty can be harmful. And it's okay to walk away from people or
Yep.
situations that no longer align with your values.
Absolutely.
Liz, you can read our closing thoughts.
So just in case I don't see y'all, I hopefully I'll see you because I might be a Gigi by the time I see y'all next next Monday. So I don't know how long it's gonna take. So I may be a Gigi by the time next Monday. But our closing thought, hmm, ah, real loyalty should never come at the cost of your self-respect.
Yes. And I want to read a couple of comments. Chin said, all right, sister conviction. Yes, ma'am. And Lenore put Matthew 5:16. Let your light shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify the Father which is in heaven. So we thank you all for coming. We thank you all for viewing with us. We're doing a giveaway. So if we're going to announce our giveaway, we're going to do a giveaway. We have a Sister Spill cup. So please, our YouTube channel, please subscribe on our YouTube channel and also like our Facebook page. We on Instagram and we on TikTok. And so we will randomly choose a couple of our viewers, and we will let you know. We'll DM you. We'll announce the winner next week at our show of who our winners are, and we will send you one of our Sister Spill cups. So
And our
next week, same time. I'm sorry, what you say, sister? Oh,
Got
yeah.
you.
You see, we got our t-shirts. We got our Sistas Spill t-shirts. So, yeah, we're going to give away one of these cups. We're going to give away to 2 listeners. And next week, just to let you know, we're going to be talking about coping through life's breakup, exploring how to handle professional and life transitions. So we want you guys to come back next week. We appreciate you all, and stay tuned for the Sistas Spill. Ready or not? Ready or not? Here I come. Can't hide. Gonna find you.